Thinking not strange when, and for the time when this country is talked about and is on the lips of those all around the world, those that are in other countries are talking about South Africa. Have you been there? Have you experienced South Africa? Have you experienced the culture? Have you talked to the people?
What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of Don't Keep Up With the Joneses. 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 Don't keep up with the Joneses.
So this is a message from my people of South Africa, as well as those that may be visiting or looking to make the move to the country of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, I did a video talking about the 5 reasons why Americans are making the move to South Africa, and even other people from other countries and things like that. And on the latter end, on the 5th one of that particular video, I talked about how God wants to unmask South Africa as a country, South Africa as a people, and South Africa as all that it has to offer into the world. And then I did see a comment where somebody was like, hey, could you make it plain? Could you make it in a way that we can receive what you have heard, and we can therefore do what is necessary for us to do with what has been said, what has been heard? And of course, I mean, I'm here for the people. I'm here to share everything that is on my heart to share, and everything that I have the ability to speak to, and have the ability to share for change, for growth, for the opportunity for us to step out or step into all that we were destined, designed, and purposed to be and to do. And so in order to bring this story to life, let me, or indulge me in the intricacies of the show, The Unmasked Singer. So this is an American-made show in which like 12 celebrities are assembled, and they have clothing, they have costumes where it covers who they are, and it doesn't reveal who they are until either they lose, right? There's 12 contestants in each round, based off of their performance and their singing. They're voted on to say whether or not they should go to the next round, or maybe they hit the end of their journey. And upon, either not getting enough votes to go to the next level, then they reveal who they are up under the costume, up under the mask. Even throughout the whole show, they have different nicknames, and they have different codes of who this person is, because it's all about concealing. It's all about not knowing. It's all about keeping the identity of the celebrity revealed, concealed, unseen, right? Until ultimately the victor has been announced, the victor has been identified, and then boom, shakalaka, the mask comes off, and oh my goodness, who would have known? Who would have thunk it was Neo? Who would have thunk it was Kevin Hart, and all the other celebrities that have participated in the show, Unmasked or Masked Singer, right? And it's cool, right? So many different similarities to what's taking place here, and even with the show itself. So in the show, right, there's like singing, performing, and things like that, which they're in these outlandish costumes, like decadent, just crazy, right? But all that to say, how does that relate to what's taking place here on this continent, and specifically within this country? I believe that there are a lot of different benefits, a lot of different things, a lot of different ways in which the world could grow from what is done here in South Africa. And there's an unmasking. There's an unmasking of the people here in South Africa. There's an unmasking of the beauty that South Africa has created. There's an unmasking of the ways that things are done, the ways that things are ran, the ways that things could grow, right? Even here in Sandton, where we live right now, just knowing how not too long ago this was all farmland, but then now there's this metropolis, there's this decadence of the Johannesburg Stock Exchange and other businesses and commerce that is taking place here. And for those that don't know, like us, as we moved here, we didn't realize this was once farmland not too long ago. But to see how built up it is, to see how extravagant and nice it is, and to even know that there's the richest square mile of all of Africa here just in Sandton, just speaks to the ability of the people here to be able to innovate, to be able to create, to be able to put their minds to use to create something that wasn't there. And that's something that is to behold. That is something that should be unmasked. That is something that should be shared and shown around, because the simple fact of the matter is, whatever you can put your mind to, it lets you know something that you can do. There's this quote that I love that simply says, whatever the mind of a man can believe and conceive, the mind of a man can achieve. And it's shown time and time again from the various ways and areas that we drive through, we see how, man, if you just put your mind to a thing and lock in on that thing, you're able to accomplish it. And it's beautiful, right? Because I'm not just saying this based off of what I see, but I'm also saying this based off of the conversations that I had and have had with people here in South Africa, born here, raised here in various situations and conditions, from those that were in communities such as Soweto or Alex to those that even grew up in Sandton, right? They all had something within them that they wanted to do, or something within them that they knew they should do. And as they locked in on that thing, they were able to matriculate, grow, find mentors, find resources, and able to establish the different things that they are doing to, and then inflict and have impact and change in the areas in which they find themselves in. What am I saying all that to say? There's an unmasking taking place. Now, truth be told, right? And it is what it is, but the truth is the truth. The truth of the matter is, yes, the game reserves, the safaris, the animals are a beautiful commodity, a beautiful asset, a beautiful sight to behold here in South Africa. However, I personally see it as a distraction, largely because the greatest resource, the greatest things that I believe that people could and should come here to experience, to see, to communicate with, to talk to learn from, and to marvel are the people here. What do I mean, right? No, I'm not saying putting people in, I don't know, crazy thoughts just came to mind, and I want you to alleviate those thoughts with this truth. What does that look like? Us having conversations, us having dialects with various people, right, that have grown up in various conditions, various areas, and just talk to them. Talk about how life was. Talk about the things that they've been through, that they've seen, that they've overcome, and the things that they look ahead for, right? Talk to the people to see what goals do they have, what dreams do they have, what do they see that South Africa can offer, what do they believe that their community can offer, what do they believe that they can offer, right? Largely because I know what we do see, what we experience here in South Africa is a large part of who the people are and what they bring to the table, which is why we have our podcast on our family channel that talks about For the Love of SA, largely because there is so much beauty here, so much treasure here within the people, right? Within the beauty that's taking place here, and there's so many opportunities. And hey, take it for what it is. And I say it that way because I know I've seen the comments, I've read various comments on other videos, and some may say, it's the American in you, or you're coming here as an American and you're seeing this and seeing that. Well, okay, that's fine. I'll take that, right? And I say that because what's sold to people all around this world is the concept of the American dream. However, what I want to say to all around the world, that dreams do not have a zip code. Dreams do not have limitations based off of your neighborhood or your country or the color of your passport, right? Or the color of your skin. Dreams aren't limited to those things. And so we can't limit dreams, opportunities, capabilities in a way to pull ourselves up, as some would say, by the bootstraps, based off of where we were born or who we were born to or the country that we were born in, largely because there are so many resources, there are so many capabilities and abilities that could take place if only a dream was fulfilled, or a dream was pursued, or we took one step to the things in which we know are on the inside that we desire to do and believe that we can do, right? And what does that mean? What does that mean? So right now, I know we're in the election season here in South Africa. No, I'm not a politician. Nor do I want to be. However, what I would recommend, right, for those that are voting here, as we as well are voting in the States, is to make sure whoever you are voting for, find out what are they doing for the people? What programs are there for the people to come up, to be able to see new ideas, to be able to showcase their innovative thoughts, their innovative plans, the blueprints that they have, or to be able to put together different things that they want to see as far as change for the continent, for the country, for the area, for their province, right? Who has those programs? I don't know, but you know. And I would say all that to say, in this time, as we are being unmasked, right? I say we because I'm here in South Africa right now as well, as we are being unmasked as a people, as those within this country, as those within this continent, let us as well make sure that we have different programs that are building the people, that are raising the people, that is raising the standard of what could be, or opening ideas of what should be, or what we have the capability or ability to do, right? And I'm not just saying that, putting in the responsibility on others. Like, no, like Crystal and I have sat down, we've prayed, we have different thoughts and things that we want to do and contribute to this world, right? Obviously right now we're here physically in South Africa. However, we'll do things online that will allow for people all around this world to be able to be a part of, which I'm so excited about. It's something that has been in our heart for some years, really since the beginning of our marriage. And you know, I'll share it with you all because we hear you stuck on this video this far. It's under the umbrella One Step United, and simply put, it is a area, it is a space, it is a place, it is a community where we help people to go from where they are to where they want to be, simply put. And it's a community of people that is encouraging one another, speaking life to one another, as well as a network of people that we're able to grow, glean from, and be able to, you know, say, help me out, pull me up, open doors, open ways for me as I continue through my destiny, right? And so boom, there's that. However, we're talking about the unmasking. And as y'all know, you know, I have to quote the good book, the greatest book ever written, which is the Bible, in the sense of where Jesus was baptized, right? And upon being baptized, you know, and I say, you know, but nonetheless, when Jesus was baptized, he then came up and there was a voice from heaven that said, my beloved son, right, in whom I'm well pleased, speaking directly to Jesus, identified by God the Father, saying, you're my son, in whom I'm well pleased. Why do I bring that up? Why do I use that story right now? Because here, this country of South Africa is that in which God is well pleased. And in that, in his being pleased of the country, right, he's now saying it's time to be unmasked. One of the things I heard is that South Africa, as it grows, as the people grow, as ideas grow, as people start taking steps towards the things that they want to do, the things that they want to see, and the change that they want to make, and the impact that they want to have, South Africa will become a gateway to other countries. And you may be wondering, a gateway to what? A gateway to how to accept the diversity of people. Here in South Africa, it is done so very well, unlike other places around the world, of how people can have differences of faith, differences of beliefs, differences of you name it, and yet we can still collectively live together, work together, and do things in a way that progresses us as a people. I love it, right? Now, granted, I understand it's not a thing that has been taking place over the course of the country. However, where we are right now, I believe it's somewhere as a foundation that we can grow from, that we could continue to, and we can as well showcase to others, this is what you can do. This is what it takes, right? There's a essence that takes place here, which I've come to recognize and realize as the spirit of Ubuntu, right? Or in other words, I am because you are. And that is something that is specific to this country. We've traveled around the world to various countries already, and only here have we experienced Ubuntu in so many ways, right? That understanding that we as people should see each other as people and help one another because we all are people, right? That's the essence that you get to experience. That's the essence and the fragrance that you get to be a part of while being here. And that's something that the world needs because, you know, in the States, where there is diversity, a lot of people get canceled at the end of the day, right? If you don't go with the flow of culture, if you don't go with the thoughts of the majority, you can get canceled easily. However, I don't get a sense that that takes place here. Obviously, I've only been here 8 months just now. However, what I do see is the diversity of people, the diversity of faiths, the diversity of colors, and the interaction of those within those diversities. And so that is something necessary for the world, right? And so as I'm speaking right now, I hope that these words are speaking to you. I hope that as, you know, we matriculate through the months, through the years, and the decades of time, that the mask comes off as the unmasked singer's mask comes off, right? And we're getting to be revealed in various ways. There's levels to the revealing of all that this country has to offer, and levels to what others will be able to learn from what's taking place here, right? And yes, there are some negative things that have taken place in the country, and those things can be be learned from as well, right? Because one thing about history is if you don't know it, it can repeat itself. And so those things need to be spoken about too, because there are some things that we don't want to take part in again as time goes on. So all things should be shared, and all that to say, like, truly looking forward to where this country will grow to be because of the people that are within it. And I'm excited for the world as it embraces who South Africa is in its essence and all that we can learn from, because we have taken part in the country's culture, the country's people, the country's beauty, right? The country's beauty. And I say beauty. When I think about the beauty, I'm looking around, right? What I can see are abundance of trees, right? I know you can see the pool behind me, right? Because it's pool talk. But nonetheless, I can see an abundance of trees. And why do I bring it up? Because I was made known that South Africa is the largest human-made forest in the world, which is phenomenal. Whereas in the States, you can find neighborhoods, places where there's a lack of trees, which ultimately, messes up the ozone layer and it doesn't allow for the freshest air, which is probably why the air here is so nice, is so refreshing, is so relieving to a lot of people, even as they visit from the States. But all that to say, things like that are things that could be learned, even as well as people having cultures and traditions and ways, right? You have Zulu people, you have Indibeli people, you have Xhosa people. But I say all that to say, and there's others, right? I don't know them all, so don't hurt me. But in that, I love that even people are able to embrace their culture, embrace who they are and the ancestors that they have and the ways in which they've lived life, and yet we can still live amongst each other. I love learning about other, people, other cultures, other tribes, other ethnic groups. I love learning about those things because it's not really something that is talked about or experienced in the States, right? We may know somebody from another country, but that's it, that's all. We don't really dive into the ways in which that country operates or the people in that country operates. However, here people still hold on to those things, and yes, as generations go, some of that is lost. But I love how I can be in conversation with people in various spaces and places and ask, what ethnic group are they a part of, what tribe or people group are they a part of, and their share. And I'll start to dive into what does that mean, like what do you do in this space, or what do you do in that space, and they share. What am I saying all that to say? That's a beautiful thing, how we can live collectively, but then as well, we can still hold true to who we are and whose we are and the bloodline that we have. It's a beautiful thing, right? And oftentimes people take things for granted, what they are accustomed to, used to, or think is just the way. Whereas then if you were just to travel around, talk to other people, you'll realize that is not the same around the world. However, there's so many ways, right, of the unmasking that will take place here and on the continent. And I say all that to say, as people come, as people share, as people explore this country, right? And as people get to be in interaction with other people, right? Not just the animals. Of course, the animals is a nice sight to see. However, that is not all that this country has to offer. I would just say a smidget of the beauty that this country has to offer. However, as voices are heard, as people's stories are told, I'm excited for the impact that it will have around this world. And if you want to be a part of the unmasking of this country, right? If you're like, I hear what you're saying, Ricky, and I want to step out, I want to journey out, I want to venture out, I want to share, I want to express all that I am so that it may be of benefit to others, let me know. Put it in the comments or hit me up in the email and we'll interact, right? Because sometimes you just need to know what's the first step. What's the one step that I need to do next to be able to do what is in my heart to do, or in my heart to be able to allow for others to see and know that we're here, right? We're here for that. We're here to aid. We're here to help. We're here to be a part, right? We're here to assist at the end of the day. And so all that to be said, like, tap in, tune in. I love these pool talks. I love what could come out and the experience that we get to have. And, at the end of the day, I go back and watch these videos too to hear what was said so that, I can experience it too. But then as well, it gives me the action items of what to do next. And so I'll be looking in the comments. I'll be looking in the emails to see who's ready or who has a thought of things that could be done. And if it's something that I could be a part of or Crystal could be a part of, we too will take that one step towards rewarded and united we will be. And as a community, we'll allow for change and the unmasking of all that South Africa has to offer. So in it all, with it all, I love you great people. Y'all know I really, really do. I love these talks, from the pools to the walking around and things like that. Like, I love the diversity of things that could take place. And again, there's an unmasking of South Africa. Thinking not strange when, and for the time when this country is talked about and is on the lips of those all around the world, those that are in other countries are talking about South Africa. Have you been there? Have you experienced South Africa? Have you experienced the culture? Have you talked to the people? Do you know somebody from South Africa? I'm trying to know somebody from South Africa. Don't be surprised when that is the commonplace, when those are the common words, largely because what is taking place starting today has already been started. But I'm excited that we, and I do mean we, get to be a part of the shift of perspective and the unmasking of the thought of what South Africa is and the actuality of what South Africa really has to offer, not only to the people here, but truly to the world. And so all that to say, I love y'all great people. Until next time, peace.